Hey guys, welcome back to another two-part wrap-up because, once again, Steph has library books that she has to take back in like the middle of the month because, you know. She's also referring herself in the third person for some reason, which I can't explain. So let's just get into it, okay? So first up, we had a book that I really enjoyed. I didn't even know I didn't even know this was a book until I found it, which kind of what happens with most books, but and that is Pen and Ink Tattoos and Stories Behind Them by Isaac Fitzgerald and Wendy McNaughton. And this is a really fun book. It was pretty much lives up to its name. It shows you pictures of tattoos and tells you the story behind them. It tells you the person who has them and their occupation, and then you get the story behind the tattoo. And as someone who loves hearing stories behind tattoos and like has plenty of stories behind tattoos I have and like tattoos I want to get, like I just loved the concept of this book, and I really wanted to read it, and I really want to own it now because it's a really fun book, and I'd love to just be able to pick it up whenever I want just to look at these awesome stories. There's one in particular that is my absolute favorite. I believe it was a slice of pizza, and the reason the reason they got the tattoo was because I believe it was they fucking love pizza, and that was the whole reason they got the tattoo, and I can respect that. I can respect that, man. Next up, we have one that I saw a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just watched a BuzzFeed Unsolved thing on that. Well, I'd watched it a while back, but you know what I mean. And that's The Axemen of New Orleans, and this is like, kind of like going over like the facts and stuff, you know, all that fun stuff. I actually got like all the books I got from the library this time around are all like really factual and not really fiction-y. So that was interesting. Made for interesting reads. Now, I didn't finish The Axemen of New Orleans, but what I did read, it was really interesting and factual, and I enjoyed it. Like, going over, like, that's another thing I like cold cases and things. I like going over, like, all the crime shows and stuff. I like going over evidence and, like, looking over facts of cases and stuff. So that was really fun. I really enjoyed this book. What I read of it, you know what I mean. Next up, we have A Cold Case, and this follows a cold case from the 19-somethings, 45-ish, a bit earlier, you know. Fun murder and finding the guy who they claim is dead, but there's no official record he's dead. So this cop's gotta find him, and it's really good. Once again, it's like really factual, like not fiction-y. And it's a really short read. It's like 100-something pages. It's a bit slow to get through, I'll be honest with you, but I found it interesting to a point. So that was cool. This one, in no way I read all of it. I just kind of skimmed it. But I love Egyptian culture, and I love like just Egypt in general. Like, okay, I've been like obsessed with Egypt for as long as I can remember, and I remember in like 6th grade when we had to like write letters to like other countries and like their ambassadors or whatever. I chose Egypt, and I was like so elated that I got like a response back. It was so cool. Oh man, that was such a fun time. But I got Mummies and Death in Egypt. I have a few other Egypt books. I have like Egyptology. I have a bunch of like Egyptian books and like pictures and stuff. Like right behind the camera, there's like a picture of like the mask. It's just staring at me. I love Egypt and Egyptian culture. Like, it's just so much. It's unreal, guys. Yeah. And that's my library part of the wrap-up today. And now, let's jump back into where I was. I don't remember where I left off in that last clip, where I talked about the library books I read, if I still have that clip, if it's included in this video. So other than that, let's jump right into it. And let's talk about the other library books I read this month. Now, first up, we have Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. This book was so cute, okay? I wasn't expecting, like, I knew it was, like, just kind of a short little thing. I read it in, like, 20 minutes. I was not expecting just how much it kind of made you think. But it was so cute. It's just, like, a little cartoon. It's about this alien who is sent to study humans. And it just goes on from there. It is adorable. I loved it so much. I want to own my own copy. It's so cute. Oh my god, I didn't even know it's just a quote from Lin-Manuel Miranda on the back. What? Okay, no wonder everyone loves this book. Oh man, I feel like I should have noticed that before I did the video instead of just turning around and seeing Lin-Manuel Miranda. What? But no, this is an adorable book. I really love it. I think it's really good. I think you guys should check it out. It's a really quick read too. So, next library book we have is Three Shadows by Cyril Pedrosa? No idea. This is a graphic novel. It is about this family who their son is being stalked by these three shadows. And the real question is, can they outrun the shadows? Can they save their son? Who knows? It was a fantastic story, a really gripping story, and I loved it. This is another one I would like to own. It's just so good. I'm sorry if I sound a bit nasally, by the way. Everyone at work is getting sick, and I think I'm catching it, so that's fun. Yeah, it was a really good story. I really enjoyed it. There were some things I was like, what? And yet later it's like, whoa, it's like any story, but you know what I mean? It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And if you like graphic novels, I recommend it. Last library book is one I don't think I'm going to finish, even though it's the shortest book of them all. I don't even think it's 100 pages. It's Forest of Memory. I read a few pages in. I could not really get sucked into it. This one is about, I think this woman gets kidnapped while she's out doing a mission or something. I just didn't really like the advanced technology and all this explaining of stuff. It's I found it kind of boring, so I haven't finished it. Probably won't, unfortunately. But if you're looking for a really short read, it's there. So I'm also sorry if I'm not that energetic. I'm really tired. You can see the bags under my eyes. They've been the schedules and everything. Okay, let's just keep going. Now, a few of these books I'm gonna bring up really quick. I'm just gonna kind of speed through them. Are ones that I mentioned in a mid-month haul video, which if you want to see that, I'll leave an link in the icon up above. Because it's how I spent my first paycheck, so we got some books. Oh no, my comic books. I bought comic books too, and if you want to see what those are, because I'm not going back to get them, because they're hidden away right now, you can check out that video, because I got some awesome comic books, including Goosebumps. There's Goosebumps comic books. Goosebumps comic books are a thing. If you want to see them, go check out that video. Next up is Symptoms of Being Humans by Jeff Garvin. This book follows a gender-fluid character named Riley, who is struggling to cope with identity and being gender fluid and a new school and just not being out yet. And I think it's a really good read. I'm really curious if there's any, I keep asking this, if there's anyone who's gender fluid that has read this book. I would love to hear your opinions on what you think about how Jeff Garvin describes the gender fluidity and the dysmorphia. I don't know how to pronounce it. Dysphoria? When you feel wrong in your own skin and you have to dress for either the opposite gender or neutral, you know what I mean? I don't know if I explained that right, but I really recommend reading that book. If you want to hear more details about it, I go into it in that video. Oh, the technology is working great today. I finished the video, but the camera decided to stop recording after one of the books, so I have to redo everything. This is fun. This is fun. I'm having such a good day today, guys. So once again, next up we have, because I love the TV series, and I really want to get the book, the TV edition of Midnight Crossroads, which is the first book in a trilogy that inspired Midnight Texas. And I'm really excited to read this one. I mean, look at this cover. It is so freaking awesome. Yeah. Next up is one that's so awesome. I did a book talk on it, which if you want to see up in the icon, is Eat Brains Love by Jeff Hart. There are a lot of Jeffs in this video today. Eat Brains Love follows these two teenagers who contract the zombie virus, and they're on the run for the government. There's a teenage psychic in here. The story is crazy, guys. It's so fun. Zombie love. There, like I said, the teenage psychic that worked for the government. It is really interesting, and it's between two points of view, one of the zombies and the teenage psychic. So, if that sounds interesting to you, I recommend checking this out. Not just that, look at the cover art. The cover art is one of my favorite cover arts I've ever seen. And it's beautiful, and I love it so much. Yeah. Also, apparently Eat Brains Love is supposed to be becoming a movie soon, so even more bonus points. I will be the first one in line, honestly. Next up is one I didn't expect to find, especially not at Walmart. It's one that I've been looking at whenever I'm at work. I have to pass where the books are every day. And they had those signed copies and they were just dwindling every day, and they were already gone by the time I got my first paycheck. By the time I managed to get my employee discount card. And it sucks, but I did manage to find a signed copy of Turtles all the way down at Walmart. Always coming through for me, Walmart. You the real MVP, man. Yeah, it's... Oh, wrong page. So yeah, I got my signed copy. I love the fact that it's John, signed in green. For John Green! Haha! Get it? We love a good visual pun, John. Anyway, this book I picked it up from the library like a day after it came out. I read it, I loved it, it was amazing. It was nothing like John Green's other work that I've read. The only ones I haven't read by John Green are Will Grayson, and Abundance of Catherines. But I feel like this is like one of his best story to date. Like, I missed his writing so much. This was so good. This wasn't just like his you know, I'm good, oh, guy and girl, and there's so much more than just a romance in it. And I don't think the description really does it justice, because it was so freaking good. If you haven't read this book, if you're still tempted to pick this up, please pick it up. Even if it's just at your local library or wherever you can borrow books, please check this out. Beg your friend if you can borrow their copy of it, because it's really good. Really, really good. Next up, we have Yes Man by Danny Wallace. Now, this one I picked up after watching the Dom's Lost, an adaptation of said book to movie. And if you guys don't know who the Dom is, I will leave a link to his channel in the icon and the description down below, because he does a lot of really cool things, like he compares books to their movie counterparts, he reviews movies, and it's just really fun. It's a really fun channel. He's a really good sense of humor, guys. I think you'll like him if you like watching how things change from book to movie and all that fun jazz. And there's some really interesting ones on there. There's some things I didn't know were books first. So yeah, go check that out, because it's cool. Anyway, Yes Man follows Danny himself after he's broken up with his girlfriend. He's in a kind of slump for a while. He's not really doing anything. And one day he's on the bus, and this man says that he should say yes to more things. So Danny takes that to heart. He decides to say yes to everything for a period of time. And this is the story, like the crazy shenanigans he gets up to by just saying yes to people and never saying no. So it's really funny already. Like, the humor in here is great. I'm loving it. And I'm excited to read more of it. Next up is one that I'm like really excited to read. We have Beasts of Night by Toshi. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. But this one, it's so... I've started reading this one too. This one is so interesting. Like, all of this cover art, I'm assuming, is what the tattoos look like on people. Because when, like, there are these people that can, like, eat your sins. And, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so cool. They can turn your sins into these living beasts, and when these people kill the living beasts, then they get the tattoo of the sin on their skin. And it's so interesting so far, so cool. And I really recommend it. I don't know what else to say about it, because I just kind of got the description, like, oh, there's this cool, like, the sins get tattooed on your skin. You get, there's, like, I think there's an assassination plot. Anyway, I know a bit about this book, but not much, because the world already seems like so much more than the description. So, I'm going to report back to you once I get more into it, because I think I'm, like, 20 pages in, so... Let's see what we get, because this book is awesome so far. Alright, kiddos, we've come up to the Black Friday section of my books. Are you ready? Because I sure am. Haha. First up, we have the movie edition of Wonder. Yay! Like I said, this one I wanted to pick up earlier in the month, but didn't have it. I wanted to get the, like, first edition, like the regular one, at Target, but this is the one I had, so... Look, I got pictures from the movie. And I definitely, the big reason for wanting to read this is, I wanted to read it for a bit, but now that the movie's out, I really want to finish this before I see the movie. And, yeah, I'm really excited. Ooh, there's other exclusive content. What's that? Oh, that's my receipt. Don't look at that. Yeah, this first one I picked up from Target, and I got to use my employee discount. It actually worked for once. The other times where words didn't, but it worked for this, and I'm excited. Next up, we went to Barnes and frickin' Noble because I was hyped for some signed copies. Guess what? The books that I wanted signed copies of, they didn't have in stock. Fun. I was really looking for some Adam Silvera books. I was so hoping they would have They Both Die at the End. But they didn't. They only had one Adam Silvera book, which I got because I've been wanting to read Adam Silvera for a while, but... Unfortunately, it's not like They Both Die at the End, but it's More Happy Than Not, which is his debut, and I've been just really wanting to read his stuff, so the fact that they even had one which literally, this was the only one they had. They had this and one other copy, and some girl was going for it. But no, I'm like really stoked to check this book out. I've always heard great things about Adam Silvera's writing, and to finally be able to jump into it, I'm really excited for that. If you don't follow my Instagram, I did do like a little photo shoot of this book. I'll get some graffitied walls before I jump into it. If you want to check that out, Steph the Skittle. Is that my Instagram name? I don't know anymore. I'm pretty sure it's Steph the Skittle on Instagram if you want to check those out. It's fun. I love the cover art for this, and I'm like really excited to jump into it. I know it's going to crush my soul, isn't it? Because everyone's like, Adam Silvera writes sad shit. Guess what? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. My body is ready. Next up is one that I've been looking at online for a while, but I didn't know how tiny it was in real life, and that's The Beast Within, which is like a little Disney book. Tale of Beauty's Prince, and now look at this. Look at this. This is my favorite part. See the dust jacket? Now, look at what's underneath. Isn't that cool? I love that. I thought that was so cool. And we got into, it's just a short little story. It's one of those things. What's it called? It's kind of just. I believe this is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast in a different way. I don't know. I'm just really excited to read it. And look how tiny it is. It's so cute. Look at that. Look at that. It's barely bigger than my face. It's so cute. Finally, we are coming up on the final book in this haul, and that is Undead by John Russo. My goodness, this one, my dad was like, hey, zombies. There's like 2 zombie books in here, I believe. 2 great gruesome zombie thrillers in 1 volume. So there's like 3 little things in the back, but I never actually read the back. It was just like zombies, and it was like super cheap. I got it for like $3, okay? At Barnes & Noble, that was really good for a book, okay? Yeah, zombies. Love me some zombies. We're gonna get to reading that as soon as we can. And yeah, I have no more books left. I got so many books this month. I couldn't believe it. Like, when my last book came in, I'm like, how many books did I actually get this month? Oh, I'm not even done. I didn't even tell you guys about a book that I freaking won. That's right, I won a book, guys. It's so exciting. Let me see it. We're gonna hold it there so it'll adjust. This is Wrath Ladies at Lunch. This one I won in a giveaway. It's by Sean Patrick Trevor. I believe that's how I pronounce the name. And yeah, I won this book. It's about these 2 ghosts from different eras. One is Egyptian, one is from the 60s? 20s or 60s. And they are ghosts. And they discuss, like, why do you think we got left behind? Why we're still here? And just, like, kind of talking. They meet for lunch every day. And then a new ghost shows up and totally flips the world upside down. So I'm really excited to read that one. I thought it was so interesting. And I'm really excited to read that one. I also have an art copy of Lies We Keep by Danielle Rose. That just got downloaded yesterday, and I didn't realize I was getting it. And I just looked at my email, and I'm like, hey, guess what? Art books! I was like, oh, no! I already have so much to read. I have to read an arc now. No, I'm excited. I love arcs. Yeah. One last thing before I go, let me introduce you to Minnie Momoa. This is a tiny little Aquaman plushie that came with my order from this big Amazon thing I did for everyone's Christmas. Ain't he adorable? Look at him. Look at him. I like how his one eyebrow low-key looks like the Aquaman symbol on his belt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, this is Minnie Momoa. I have a little Captain America one. I love him so much. I wanted a little, tiny little Aquaman one. Because Aquaman is also one of my favorite superheroes. So, yeah. I think I'll end it right there with Minnie Momoa. That's all I've got for you guys today. What did you guys pick up on Black Friday? Did you guys pick up books, shirts, awesome merch and stuff? Because I know I picked up some merch, and I got me a sick Fall Out Boy dress and some band shirts and a Philip DeFranco shirt because, yes, I wanted to support that campaign they're doing with the limited edition shirts. And I got the best one out of all 4. It's amazing. I can't wait to like wear it on camera and just be like, festivity and puns. That's all I've got for you guys today. I already asked my question. There will be another question down in the description box below. If you ever read those things, you can check that question out too if you don't feel like answering the Black Friday question. And that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day / night, and I'll see you later.